Hello, true art believers, and welcome. How are you doing today, friends? I hope you're doing well. This is Pierson here. I am the number one live art streamer in the world. I kind of slurred that. I was like number one. I am the number one live art streamer in the world, and you are watching day 221 out of 300 days of drawing. And I want to get started right now. Let's get these drawings started. How about that? How about it? Let's get it going. All right, let's do it to it. All right, let's begin. Alrighty then. How are you doing today, friends? So we're gonna start out with some sketch work here. Just some sketch work, a little like light drawing here. We're gonna do like a few just studies, I guess, some studies here, and see what happens. All right, we're gonna do a few studies. That's probably a little large. Let's do something like this. So lately, I've been doing these weird shapes, and I've been kind of adding these bubble forms as if they're like on a rail. So that's what I've been doing lately. And so here we go. We kind of we're just gonna add like these little bitty arcing forms here on top of the odd shape. And the reason why I did that odd shape is because I want to not create one of those like generic cloud shapes that you often see done over and over again. And this is just a way of kind of creating a more dynamic shape that's made up. And it's just a little cheat sheet. It's not really like an end all means to an end, but it definitely helps with the drawing here. So I'm going to kind of speed it up a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive here because I've been known to kind of go really slow with these studies, and I'm just going to kind of move it around and move the drawing forward and see what happens. Because I want to kind of be a little bit quicker with these type of drawings here, and I've been kind of avoiding that to some extent because I've been kind of afraid, I guess. So we're just going to be moving along on these forms like it's on a rail. Unfortunately, sometimes I get a little bit too predictable with how I make my arcing forms, and that's fine. And here we go. This kind of looks like a dog with a tail almost. So we're just going to get these little forms here, and then we're going to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I never know what's going to happen with these drawings. I just kind of do them in hopes, just kind of work with them. And now we're going to practice with shadow for about 15 minutes or so, and then I might use a reference. I don't know. I think I might use a reference today. I don't know. I've been kind of going really slow with these studies. So we'll see what happens. And we're just going to kind of layer on tones here in a larger like I guess what you call it, like a larger extent, or yeah, I'm just going to be adding these tones on top here, and we're going to see what happens. Just trying to focus on that, and then maybe I don't know. I don't have anything to say. I'm kind of having like an odd day. I started out like really good, and then I had some things I had to do that kind of threw me off, and just couldn't make it up for it. And then I had really bad food. Like it wasn't bad food. It tasted good. No, it was garbage food. I had some pizza, and I had junk food. That's what I had. And if I junk food, man, let me tell you, that stuff will definitely, if you want to like curve your motivation for the day, just have junk food because it's gonna knock you out for a couple hours. I'm always amazed when I worked in like a warehouse. I was always astounded seeing people go to like fast food and buying like their lunch there because I always, for me personally, I always was just so exhausted. If I ever had that kind of stuff, I would get so tired. I would get so tired that I couldn't even like performing for the day was just it was a no go. You know, it was just was like this isn't happening. I'm not going to be able to um, perform at work because it's just like all that food is really affecting you on a micro level, much more than we want to give credit to, like credit it. Like I really do believe it does like just sap the energy out of you. And everyone always say, oh, it's just because it's the middle of the day and you get kind of tired at the middle of the day. I think no. I think it's because it's it's the food. It's like the fast food doesn't really have nutritional value. Like I guess so. Like it just tires you out. All the complex carbohydrates just like send your like glucose levels to like on the fritz, and it just kind of lumps in your stomach. This kind of does. It looks like an air like a dog. This looks like a dog, a balloon dog that you'd see when you would go to like a birthday party as a kid, and if you were so lucky to go to a birthday party as a kid, and there was a balloon artist, you know, that was making balloon figurines for you. That's what I would. That's what it kind of looks like to me. So we're gonna kind of go in a little bit more micro and see what happens. We're gonna make these more animated, more stylized, I guess. So we're gonna add some thicker lines here and just kind of play around with the line quality on the bottom area. What's really hard with this like pencil brush is it's kind of testy. It kind of it's hard to make like you can make some crisp clean lines, but it takes a little bit of finesse, and very it's not like abundantly clear what is necessary, or it's not like it's super user friendly. I tell you what though, I pulled my back muscle the other day, and it's just sitting here. I feel a knot boiling up. I'm jumping from topic to topic. I'm just jumping around from topic to topic. I'm so sorry. I have nothing to say today. I'm just here, and I'm trying to have a win for the day. You ever have those days where you're just trying to have a win, you know? Anything. It could be anything. Like for some people, a win is almost just getting out of bed. Like I'm just want to have a win for the day. So like to me, a win is just to get these live streams done. To do a live stream, that's a win. Now, if it's a bad live stream, I don't care. At this point, at doing 200 or more, just doing them is a good thing. So I often think about like how um how I can improve these live streams or these videos and just overall have a better commentary or better discussion points. And well, I think it's going to take about 1,000 of these to really get to the point where it just feels like organic. Because I was watching a lot of YouTubers, some of the ones that've been here for quite a while, and they're like, "Yeah, I've been doing this for like 10 years." And so, like, well, I'm going to need about 10 years, or like something along those lines to like really get to that point where I can articulate and I'm really comfortable under the in front of the camera, and to this extent. Yeah, so these are really cartoonish. I will have to admit they're not really what I was looking for. So what I might do is I might just continue on and do two more, because I have some sources available, a some images that I found and that I want to use, but I think I need to sit down and crop them ahead of time and so forth. I really feel that I need to do that in order to make a more successful drawing study. So these are just kind of like playing around and having a little bit of fun. And unfortunately, what's happening, I can kind of sense it, and I think we all have this. We get kind of like not complacent, but we kind of come up with a strategy with how we're pursuing our artwork or how we're pursuing our drawing. And right now, I feel like I'm kind of creating a system or a pattern, or creating like certain habits with this drawing style that I may or may not like. So some of them are desirable, and some are not so desirable. You know, I like the like the random shape and the random cloud shapes. Um, I may be getting a little heavy handed with some of my forms here with my lines. I don't know if what I'm doing right now is particularly a good strategy, but it's the only one I know at the moment. And once I am privy or I encounter another strategy that I feel is better, I will be all ears. I'm very open to trying out new things, especially if it's very like direct and easily to unpack and to experiment with. Because sometimes I'll watch these videos and they're really good, um, but they're often talking about stuff that like you have to have like prior information to really apply them to what you want to do, you know? And so that can be kind of difficult to kind of utilize. So here we go, just kind of playing around here. This one's going to be a little bit more hatchy, like more not really I'm just going to be spending more time with like some of the hatching, I guess. Maybe add a little bit of line quality on the base here. Add some thicker lines on the bottom just to see what happens. Almost like really exaggerate it. Like really, really exaggerate it. What if I were to... Oh no. Woo, what a day. Let's see here. Okay. So I don't really have... I really need to think. I need to think through. I need to and sit down and kind of like brainstorm. And I need to sit down and watch a bunch of live stream artists and see how they're doing it and what they're talking about, you know. Um, because I'm in a very specific thing that I'm doing. I'm doing a thing that I have very little experience with, so that I can improve at it. A lot of the streamers are doing something that they are very fond and they're very good at doing, because you don't want to look bad in your drawing. You don't want to look like you don't know what you're doing, and you don't want to do that. And so that's what I'm trying to not do. I'm trying to do things that I actually have very little understanding of. So we're at the 15-minute mark. So we're gonna move in and do like 4 cloud drawings today. We're just gonna do like 4 just random ones. All right. So we're gonna do something like this. see like that, and then we'll do the standard cloud shape that everyone sees us doing. This is the standard that standard whoop cloud that you see everyone do, and you'll understand in a second. So right here, we kind of put this line right here. Something like this. I'm going to make this one look like a dinosaur head for fun. There we go. We got like our dinosaur head right here. Right? It's a dinosaur head. That makes me happy. There we go. Something like that. And then you'll have the standard boop, 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 boop. That like standard looking cloud, cartoon looking cloud. It almost looks like a frog. It looks like a frog. I'm gonna make us like that cartoon looking cloud that you always see everyone do. This is our cloud, like our standard cartoon cloud, or it could be a UFO or a weird Pokeball. Okay. So now let's go ahead and kind of define these lines a little bit more, like so. Just kind of playing around here. And maybe do something like this. I'm going to remove this underdrawing line so I don't kind of distracting, And then, man, we're going to need those lines, but I want to erase. We're going to draw this out like this. Again, it's going to look like a dinosaur, kind of. It's my dinosaur cloud right here. It's a T-Rex roar. I'm a T-Rex. There we go. I wanted to get those out. I'm actually having fun kind of making these clouds that look like something. Because it reminds when you were a kid or those movie shows, they always see in cartoons or in movies where like, what this kind of looks like this. And you have like a kid or a family member like looking up the clouds with their kid or something, and they're like, what's this look like? And you're like, oh, it's a rabbit or it's a ball. That those typical like scenes that you see happen. So imagine that this cloud particularly has like layers of like cotton balls on top of it. That's what I'm imagining. So there's a little bit more depth here. Or it almost looks like Yoshi from Mario. All right, now we're going to go on top here and kind of add these lines here. Kind of just do something like this. 10 minutes. I have about 10 minutes to kind of work on these. I don't know how much I'm going to get done, but I'm going to get something done here. It's not enough time to do the studies that I want to do, because it's getting to the point where I need more time to do them. So what I might need to do is I might need to sit down and just spend like one one session on just one cloud study, either from life or from imagination, and just see what happens, you know, because I need to kind of get to that point where I'm pushing forms, and I'm not able to do that with um the amount of things I'm doing today. So like I won't be able to do certain things if I'm just doing four clouds in a day. I need to what do I need to do? I need to there we go. Invest a little bit more time on these drawings, and I can't do it in the time frame that I've kind of have. So here's our little our Yoshi looking character here, and we're gonna do something here. We're gonna kind of zoom out. Let's kind of do this real quick. Like that, and kind of. I don't know. Kind of. Let's try to see if I want to try to keep it in the lines at least. Try to keep it in the line so at least people can assume that it's in there. And we're just gonna kind of we're gonna play a little play like it's a darker cloud, and like maybe this is like in the background, like this is a side, and we're just gonna add areas of dark contrast. Do the same here. So like this is a spot that's really dark. Maybe this is even darker right here, like that. And then maybe right here is darker, but there's some dark tones happening right here. A little cast shadow here. Again, it kind of looks like a face. I get it. They kind of darken this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go layer up, and we're going to kind of add white tones on top. See how that kind of looks in some of these areas here. What really needs to be done is there needs to be like a gray tone in the background. Maybe even do it right here if I get to it. We'll see. So as you can see, I've gotten a little bit better to some extent, but I'm still struggling. Okay, so there is some struggle. I'm not going to lie. There are some points. There's some friction points here, and I'm still having a little bit of trouble. But the thing is, you want to be a little bit more, just play around and get a little bit better each day. You know. Yeah, so I'm just learning here and just figuring out ways I can use to kind of create clouds that feel more natural. Even though this one's kind of like a fantasy one, like as I said, it's kind of like it's it's like we have a dinosaur and that's what I'm. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. There's a dinosaur here. So let's work on this one a little bit, just for a smidge. All right, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go really dark on all of it, kind of like casually stay in the lines. I'm not too worried if I go outside the lines. These are just sketches, so if I'm outside the line, who cares? You know, I just kind of want that there. So, all right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our tones here. Like that, just kind of add some white. And what's helping is the neutral background. And I'm adding, it's just the contrast really. It's not like I'm doing anything fantastic. It's just like the contrast. Or at least I want to say that. It's the contrast that's making this effect. It's not anything else. There we go. Kind of do something like that. And that's all right. That's a nice little practice cloud. You know, there's some nice little things happening there. Kind of like it. You know, there's just kind of fun. So I'm gonna add some darker areas right here, and I'm gonna do the same right here. I'm gonna be adding one that's kind of be like actually like really dark core shadows, and if I have enough time, I'm gonna be contrast them with what would be like reflective light essentially. So we'll see if I'm able to kind of achieve that in that time frame because I'm trying to go faster. I'm trying to speed up my drawing process just a little bit. Trying to speed it up to some degree. I think I'm being successful in other areas. I think maybe not so much. Oh, I didn't realize I was on top of the wrong layer. So here we go. Just kind of playing around here. So I got like a minute left before I call it a day. Right? Before I call it a day. So I don't know. I would like to say that I'm improving, but I don't know. If we look at my first clouds and these clouds, yes, there's been some tweaks. So I have a few more days. I have like 9 days left, and I think I'm going to try and spend some of those days using references. So I might just get some cloud photos from my own cloud photos because I just need to go outside and take some photos. But the reason why I want to do that is because it's the cloud photos I find are like of these epic, like just photography style clouds where like there's these epic clouds that look like amazing. I'm like, there's too much cloud for me to work with. I just want to have like a few single clouds that are really interesting, and that's it as a source. But all the ones I'm finding are just like these like these major cloud designs, cloud photos, and like these are intense. This is way too intense. So that is it today, everyone. That is it, friends. Let's go right here. Put P21, and that is day. day two, 221 out of 300. And that is it. Look at that. So that was kind of fun. There's been some growth, some changes in approaches, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to kind of, after 100 days, I'll be able to kind of maybe come up with some sort of like tutorial or some sort of like strategies that people can kind of pursue, or like something like what I learned after doing 100 days of cloud drawings, and hopefully it's vast. I'm hoping so, but it could be like I only learned like one thing. I'm terrible at them. Anyways, all right, let me save this right here. And that is it, true art believers. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. For those that have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. I very much appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. And you have a great day. Cheers.